The IRS has confirmed that they will begin processing 2018 tax returns today as employees head back to work now that the government shutdown is over. The IRS says they expect to provide taxpayers with refunds on time, but they face a number of obstacles. Most of the workforce has been furloughed for over a month, causing a backlog of millions of documents and unanswered calls. On top of that, the shutdown began as employees were going through training on the extensive changes Congress made to the tax code in 2017. Millions rely on the extra boost tax refunds provide, which the IRS typically issues within 21 days of filing. For more, author of Thrive Affordably and financial expert Jennifer Streaks joins me now from Washington. Jennifer, can you tell us more about how this shutdown might affect and impact the IRS as it processes refunds?
Certainly. I mean, this shutdown could not have come at a more worse time for the IRS. Typically, this is when they start bringing in all of your returns, working on them diligently and asking questions because there were so many changes to the tax code recently. So right now, yeah, they're coming back to work on Monday, but there definitely is a backlog, like you stated earlier, of returns, questions, unanswered questions, and people sort of not really knowing how to take this right now because it seems like the shutdown is over, but it's not because we don't know if there's going to be a permanent solution in place soon.
Well, what are some of the most significant changes people might see this year as a result of the changes to the tax code?
Well, of course, you're going to have the changes to the standard deduction. For single filers, it's $12,000. For couples, it's $24,000. You have your mortgage interest change, which is basically down from $1 million to $750,000. Even with medical bills, it used to be that it could be 10% of your adjusted gross income. It's now 7.5% of your adjusted gross income. So you really need to pay attention this year when you're filing your taxes, making sure that you're taking the proper deductions, even making sure whether or not it's in your best interest to itemize this year. And that's why those phone calls, the backlog of the phone calls are so important because I'm sure that people had those types of questions.
I'll need your personal cell phone number when this is done to talk to you about it. But, you know, tax season is stressful and complicated for many of us. What is your advice to them?
I would say to file right now, file electronically, and ask for direct deposit if you can. That way, you're not waiting for them to process a check for you. Make sure if you need to work with a tax planner this year, go ahead and do that so you can set the foundation based on what your particular tax situation is. Don't try to go it alone. And you may not be able to get on the phone with the IRS right now because they're definitely in catch-up mode. So you may just have to engage a tax planner, and that's okay.
All right. Good advice, Jennifer Streaks. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.